Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you part 13 in our Let's Play of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express, featuring iconic detective Hercule Poirot. Now, I think we are finally starting to get somewhere in this mystery. We had kind of a big breakthrough with Countess Andrani, and now we sort of need to track down, well, not sort of, we do need to track down Natalia Dragomirov, the Russian princess. Because we found a locket that very suspiciously has her name on it among Countess Andrani's things. So...
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
I'm sorry, madame, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me. I cannot speak to you just now.
Madame, I know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Come in, please.
Please forgive my intrusion, madame, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
like, I know she's Russian. She's the director of a museum at present, and she is quite elderly.
Et voilà.
I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I woke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffer from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m. to give me a massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see.
I see.
The first initial of your first name, Natalia, in the Cyrillic alphabet looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
I'm Russian, Monsieur Poirot, and I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
This handkerchief is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
It was found in Monsieur Ratchett's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief? She must have known it was yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal. Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It is all I am able to give you.
If you were able to give me much else, I'd be surprised.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomirov, I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only an admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Very well. But this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case. Helena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Ratchett.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to summarize.
Do I have a choice?
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train. Second coincidence. Your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third coincidence. One of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person. You are left-handed. That is a lot of coincidences, Princess Dragomirov.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man? With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the middle of the night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices. And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
How do we know she's left-handed? Cross-checking new alibis. Okay, is there anything else I can snoop in her room before she kicks me out?
Привет! Привет!
Oh, it's a bird. Private, I'm guessing it's saying. Privyat, privyat. Okay, well, we have a new mind map to figure out. Cross-checking new alibis. Who are the people whose alibis match? Oh boy. Let's see. Mr. Foscarelli, Mr. Hardman, Mrs. Dragomirov, and Miss Schmidt were with each other. Didn't Michelle go to help somebody in the middle of the night? Examine the alibis I collected so far. Oh gosh, this is relying a lot on my memory. And let's see. Captain Arbuthnot. Wonder if I go look at, like, the, suspects. It just tells me, like, whether or not they're right-handed, where they are, whether or not they smoke. Inventory. Mysteries. No. Okay, so I do just have to use my memory. Well, I'll do the best I can. Oh my goodness. Poirot, stay in your head. Okay, so I know the Countess, or the Princess, said Miss Schmidt came to give her a massage. I feel like these two are confirming each other's alibis, which isn't very strong. They could easily be lying for each other. Mr. Hardman went and talked to somebody. Mr. Foscarelli. I feel like Foscarelli and Masterman and Hardman and Michelle talked to each other. Okay, that wasn't that bad.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
My memory's better than I thought. Okay, I looked over the alibis I just collected. Report to book. Thankfully, he's right there.
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes, Book. What are the odds, do you think? But I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchett over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis. I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke. Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
Is it impossible? I guess we'll deduce that. Miss Locke is in a bad way. Someone must have drugged her. Choose the 2 most likely suspects to have drugged Miss Locke. Miss Schmidt, who was in the room with her. And then maybe Mrs. Dragomira, because she was, like, I don't know, involved with Miss Schmidt.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Okay, Schmidt, and who else could have drugged her? Water. I truly don't really know. Miss Schmidt and...
No, not good.
Huh.
Fräulein Schmidt or Monsieur Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only 2 people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like you to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
Okay, we've finished chapter 6. It's all coming together. Oh, perhaps we do have more Joanna.
4 long years passed without anything new. Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
Okay, I thought we were done with Joanna, but clearly we're not. I also totally saw a mustache in this little kitty bed. Golden mustache.
I earned a gold mustache.
Oh, there's only one. Well, good. At least it was easy to find. Okay. Is this our apartment, she said, or our office? Oh, it's like a nice little studio apartment. Oh, we do have a kitty. Moby Dick.
I've read it probably 10 times already. But I can't get enough of it. Don't know why. Maybe because it helps me sleep?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I've ever read the same book 10 times. Not even my favorite ones. Have any of you ever read the same book 10 times? Yeah, she is really putting a lot of pressure on herself to solve this case. Kitty! I love that there's kitties in this game.
I don't have time to check the latest crimes. I need to focus on Daisy's case.
Okay.
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Sometimes it's easier to see things than it is to read them on a screen. Whoa! Okay, connect 2 items on the board together to create a link between them and make conclusions about the investigation. Okay.
A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up.
Travel lifestyle, the Orient Express.
Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for vacation. Well, I can dream, can't I?
Legendary Orient Express celebrates its 140th year birthday with a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Ah, it's Antonio Foscarelli. He will make the journey on the Orient Express. Okay, Berkshire Police, kidnapping folder, case file. The body of investigative reporter Michael Clark was found buried in his Boston backyard. Clark was killed by a single shot to the chest. State of decomposition suggests an estimated date of death and burial, fall 2018. Oh, so he stole an actual reporter's identity.
Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case. And then this. Michael Clark, the sarcastic reporter, my prime suspect in the kidnapping, murdered 4 years ago? This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board.
Yes, indeed. All of the important clues you find are automatically added to the evidence board on the wall. You can consult them at any time. Okay. Abduction cabin, keyring with keychain. Okay. Cutter and duct tape.
So clever. All that evidence, and yet no DNA found.
Could I not, like, make a comment on this?
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
Ah. Interesting. This is correct, but now this won't be correct. Huh, well, this is very confusing. Let's see what else we can look at, and then I'll go back to it. Using these dots to figure out the combination.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
Do you put it between your fingers and then there's like a knife in between? Okay. Oh.
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
Wow, lots of weapons on this keychain. Maybe you do them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Or it's from the key, which had number what on it? 3, 5, 6, 9. 3, 5, 6, 9. Aha. Ooh.
What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds. Cyanide.
Okay, so a little hidden cyanide pill. Wow, this keychain has everything. Okay, just now I have to figure this out still. Okay, turn it. That's the only way that I can look at it is from this angle. Okay, so here... here the skull is facing the correct direction. Or is it not facing the correct direction? Oh, well there we go, but it's upside down. See, resetting it was the correct option. When in doubt, reset. Try again. Sometimes our brains just need that. A USB.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
Yeah, let's. Okay. So now I think I've examined everything on the keys. Oh wait, nope. This. Gotta line the sun up. Revealing a lockpick?
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
Definitely a handy little criminal's arsenal. Or spy, but in this case probably criminal. Okay. Now I believe we've looked at everything. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we got everything there. Oh.
Fluffy. Daisy's plush toy.
Still so sad.
Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
Yeah, that was the only DNA evidence we found, conveniently.
The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's.
Okay. Now we have to go look at the USB. Ah, Cassetti.
Shaved off the Metro beard. But I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Lanfranco Cassetti? Pictures of money? Ah, interesting tattoo. It's like a skull and a sword.
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone, to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
That tattoo's gonna be important. Lanfranco
Absolutely
Cassetti.
nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Interesting. Okay. So this goes on the board. Okay. Michael Clark I met 4 years ago. Michael Clark, the journalist, found
I
dead.
knew it. The faces don't match at all. They are clearly two different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
Okay. I should run facial recognition on my computer. Facial
Okay.
recognition.
The real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years. but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake.
It's Ratchett. Oh, snap.
That could be him, but he looks pretty different.
What has changed between the two photos? The hair.
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still, it's the same person.
The glasses. His nose is pretty much the same. He's got a beard.
All right.
Mouth, ears, nose, forehead. I feel like his forehead is exactly the same. Maybe just deeper lines. Is he wearing a fake nose?
He's changed his appearance a lot. Probably had some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
Samuel Ratchett arrested November 23rd, 2023 at Yerevan Airport in Armenia in possession of stolen ancient artifacts. The 3 Mesopotamian statuettes were confiscated and placed under sequestration by the court. The man paid bail. The trial is set for January 5th, 2024.
Mr. Ratchett, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
Okay. Samuel Ratchett.
Oh, it's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Robot Defense League, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a little? Cause, it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Ratchett?
Samuel Ratchett. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
Alright, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay, nope, and okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
Braid from the dark web is from Minnesota, don't you know? Yep, nope. Oh. Email from Braid. I love finding a fellow Minnesotan in games. Booking made by Hector McQueen for Istanbul, from Istanbul to Paris. Okay, for Samuel Ratchett.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
McQueen, Ratchett, and Masterman. Okay, so this is how she knew about Ratchett being on the train. Okay. So, Michael Clark I met 4 years ago. Samuel Ratchett.
So, Ratchett's real name was Cassetti.
Okay. And Cassetti was Samuel Ratchett. Arrested in Armenia a week ago. Ratchett's Orient Express ticket.
This is Ratchett's ticket.
Boston shooting victim still unidentified. Autopsy report tattoo.
This tattoo is the same on both pictures.
Okay. What else we got? Hector McQueen's Orient Express. Suicide of John Armstrong. John Armstrong. Edward Masterman's ticket. District Attorney McQueen retires. DA McQueen.
The person traveling with Ratchett has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
That's suspicious. Evidence of the kidnapping. Suicide of John Armstrong. Edward Masterman's Orient Express ticket. Boston shooting victim still unidentified. Arrest warrant of Suzanne. Records of calls from that night. Let's see. Istanbul. How do I, like... If I hover over this and then push Q. Ah, okay. Death caused by a chest wound left of the sternum between the 4th and 5th ribs penetrating the heart. A .22 caliber bullet was recovered, but no matches could be found in law enforcement databases. Victim's face too damaged with a heavy blunt instrument such as a sledgehammer to be used for facial recognition. No database match for the victim's teeth could be found. Tips of the fingers were removed, so no prints recovered. Surprisingly, a tattoo approximately 1 inch square was found on the inside of the subject's right wrist. Again, no matches in databases could be found. Considering the other mutilations to inhibit identification, why was the tattoo untouched? Yeah, good question. Very good question. First photo of the ransom, third photo of the ransom. Boston shooting victim still unidentified. The body of a man was found dead in the forest near Watertown, a suburb of Boston. Death was caused by a single bullet fired from point-blank range. The face was deliberately disfigured with a hammer, and a $100 bill was found lodged in the victim's throat. The serial number of the bill was identified as part of the $1 million ransom from the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping. Okay. So this connects to the ransom money? Okay. We're still looking for Edward Masterman's ticket. Evidence of the kidnapping? Ladder was found. Window usually locked. Four-wheel drive tracks. Hector McQueen's ticket. Colonel Armstrong returns to the Berkshires. Here's one of our community's leading citizens arriving back home from Washington and the Pentagon. When asked how his meetings went, he laughed and said, "Too many generals." Decorated soldier Colonel John Armstrong fought his last battle against an enemy he could never defeat, grief. After the kidnapping and murder of his daughter, he lost his wife and a second child in childbirth. Then the suicide of the main suspect and the death of his daughter deprived him of any justice. Facing an empty life in that tragic house, Colonel Armstrong took his own life. Many of his former command were on hand today for the commemorative ceremony, as were local officials and dignitaries. Suicide of the main suspect and the death of his daughter, which would have been Suzanne. Wanted. Record of calls from the night. John Armstrong. John Armstrong called another number. Armstrong called the same number? John Armstrong. Suzanne Moreau called the same number. That's strange. Huh. District Attorney Lawrence McQueen retires unexpectedly at age 50. According to his family members, McQueen had been haunted since last December by the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping and may have blamed himself that the perpetrators were never brought to justice. He was often heard to question his decision not to pursue the case further. He had concluded at the time that Suzanne Moreau, the Armstrong nanny, was the kidnapper, and that her suicide due to remorse over her actions had officially closed the case. A few voices were raised to criticize his decision. His family, especially his son, supported him in this difficult decision to seek early retirement. He is replaced by District Attorney Arthur Winston. Who's his son? Huh. Do I need more information? Am I still missing something? Hector McQueen.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board.
Ah. He's the son of the DA. Okay. Hector McQueen.
Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen.
And he's on the Orient Express.
Here's what Hector McQueen looks like.
Okay. What else? What else? Can I look up anything else?
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Okay, There's something else I need. And it's not from the box. I think I got everything I need from the box. Ah, the Orient Express.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
Okay. Find information about the Orient Express. Best of 2023.
The event? Some old train. But that face, that man.
Uh-oh. Antonio Foscarelli? Are you somebody else too? Uh-oh. The Orient Express leaves Istanbul next week.
Ratchett will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week.
And so will McQueen.
Hector McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week.
Fortuna. Do I have to look up more information on the computer about Antonio Foscarelli? Not yet. Okay. Because I have to make some conclusions first. Oh, this is exciting.
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express.
Are you Edward Masterman? No, because you're Fortuna. Famed race car driver Antonio Foscarelli. Fortuna is excited to be an official sponsor. What does that have to do with anything? Ratchett's on the Orient Express. Masterman's on the Orient Express. The ransom photos all connect. How do you know Daisy? Do you know Daisy? Do you know Armstrong?
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
Oh. Oh. That's weird. Foscarelli was Armstrong's driver? Okay. So if he was his driver, does that mean... What does that mean? Yeah, that is the... Foscarelli was the driver. And he'll be on the Orient Express.
Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week.
DA...
The DA resigned soon after the Armstrong case. It haunted him just as it has haunted me.
Okay.
Goodbye, Michael Clark. Hello, Samuel Ratchett, the man who stole your identity and your life. These tickets were all booked by McQueen.
The tickets were all booked by the same person. They're all going to the Orient Express.
As Ratchett is alive, the dead man can only be Noah.
Damn! Ratchett is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchett on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchett. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchett can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
Get an Orient Express ticket. Don't mind if I do.
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. Oh, it's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
Buy a ticket from someone? Fraud.
I could try to get on the train without a ticket, but I could end up arrested. And Ratchett could get away or get murdered. No, there's a better way. Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
it's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Stacy Johnson, eh? That's a pretty common name. Impressive that there's only one result for Stacy Johnson. Let's see. Actress, starred in the movie Love and Despair, sponsor of several associations helping sick children, arrested for attacking a paparazzi, case settled out of court.
Hello. Is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
She sounds like Laurie Gerard, which is hilarious because we're trying to get on a train. This is hilarious.
Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids. Yeah. All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take care of changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will. Thank you so much.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Finished chapter 7. Wow.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchett's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchett dead.
Is Miss Locke innocent or a suspect? I mean, she's still a suspect.
You have pursued Ratchett with, one might say, a vengeance. This could lead someone to believe you are a suspect.
Mademoiselle, I admit that
But your story is credible. I believe you are innocent.
Yes, of course. That's clear.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchett's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No. I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't Locke. New mystery discovered: who killed Ratchett. I think that was the original mystery. We've got some sleuthing to do. This part ended up being much longer than I expected. It took us a while to piece together everything in Joanna's last little segment there. But thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I hope you enjoyed this part. If you did, please feel free to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more future Wizard Kitten content. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.